Today we're going to go ahead and review for Test 2. This test will include our topics on logic, sets, and Venn diagrams. In question number 1, you'll simply see where it asks if the sentence is a statement or not. The orbit of Neptune lies completely within the orbit of Venus. Since that's a complete sentence, then it is a statement. Remember, a statement can be something, a declarative sentence that is true or false. Question 2 says, does Britta always act like that when she's unhappy? Since it's a question, then that is not a statement. In question 3, it says, let your sister sit there. Since that is a command, that is not a statement. In question 4, you're asked to form the negation of a statement. And it says there is a hurricane. The negation simply puts the word not in there. So the negation would be answer choice A, there is not a hurricane. For question 5, you are given the sets P, Q, R, and S. The statements, and you have to express the following symbolic. 1 is not a guitar player. Well, the statement that deals with the guitar player is Q. Since that has the word not in there, we would put the tilde or wavy line symbol, and it would be not Q. Answer choice B. For question 5, we have a couple of definitions. The compound statement P and Q is symbolized as P and Q, and that is called a conjunction. The compound statement PRQ is symbolized by P, the or symbol, and Q, and that is called a disjunction. The compound statement if P then Q is symbolized by P and the one-sided arrow Q. That is called a conditional statement. The compound statement P if and only if Q is symbolized by P and a double-sided arrow Q, and that is called a biconditional statement. On question 10, we are given the statements P and Q. We are asked to symbolically form this statement, compound statement. Spartacus is a film and Rambo is not a film. Spartacus is a film is the P, so that must come first. Rambo is not a film would be the Q, but it would be not Q. Since the conjunction and is in the middle, we would use the conjunction and symbol. So I need P and not Q, which would be answer choice D. For number 11, we have two statements P and Q. We need to symbolically represent they set the alarm or they get up on time. They set the alarm is P. It must come first. They get up on time is Q. That statement must come second. The connecting word here is the word or. There is no mention of not. So I will simply use the or symbol. So P or Q would be answer choice C. For question 12, we have a P and Q statement, and we need to symbolically rewrite this statement. If this is not a hammer, then this is not a tool. Several things occur here. First off, it's an if-then statement, so I need the one-sided arrow. The hammer is mentioned first. That is statement P. The tool is mentioned second. That was statement Q. Notice that you have the word not in front of the hammer and not in front of the tool. So we need to put in the not or the negation symbol. So I need not P, then not Q. Answer choice D. On question 13, we have P and Q statements, and we need to symbolically create The cone does not have 3 scoops if and only if the cone does not cost $1.85. The cone and the 3 scoops would be statement P. Since it is if and only if, we know we need a double-sided arrow. And the cost of $1.85 is statement Q. Now let's see if we have the word not. We do have the word not with 3 scoops, so I put the negation symbol. We also have the word not with $1.85, so I put the negation symbol there. And the result is not P if and only if, not Q. So that would be answer choice D. On number 14, I am given P and Q and the symbolism, and I need to find the word statement. All right, notice that I do have a negation, so there should be negation in here somewhere. Notice that Emilio dislikes Laura, Laura dislikes Emilio. That needs to, Emilio needs to be mentioned first. Also, the symbol here is the conjunction or the and. So right off the bat, I need to look for that as well. In the first statement, it says Emilio dislikes Laura and Laura dislikes Emilio. Well, the symbolism for that would simply be P and Q. That is not the negation, so it cannot be answer choice A. Then I have it is not true, so that is a negation, that Emilio dislikes Laura, that's statement P, and Laura dislikes Emilio, that's statement Q. So my answer choice is B. In this statement, we have Emilio and Laura again, but we want not Q. The symbol here is or P. So I need Laura to be mentioned first. Now, here it says Laura respects Emilio. I need Laura does not respect Emilio, which would be right here in my answer choice B, and it would also be in my answer choice D. So Laura does not respect Emilio. I need the word or. I see the word or here. And then Emilio respects Laura. My answer choice would be B. In question 16, we'll construct a truth table. The first thing we need to do is fill in the column that is not R. Remember, that means the negation. So for the moment, disregard that S. Only look at the letters R. And the negation of R would be change the truth value. So if it starts off true, you write false. True becomes false. False becomes true. False becomes true. Negation, or the not, is simply the opposite truth. Now what we want to do is consider S and not R. Remember, that's the and symbol. The only time the and can be true is if you have 2 truths. So we want to now disregard the R column, only look at these 2 columns, S and not R. The only time that's true is if it has 2 truths. And must have 2 truths to be true. So I look through my table, and the only place I see 2 truths is this third situation. So everything else would be false. Thus, my truth table is given. On number 17, we have another truth table, and we start off by finding the negation for not Q. So we will disregard the column P and only look at the Q column. Remember, negation just changes true to false and vice versa. So true becomes false, false becomes true, true becomes false, false becomes true. Now, in the last column, we have the or symbol. Now remember, with an or, which is a disjunction, you only need true to show up one time for it to be true. So I need to consider the columns of P and not Q. These are the only 2 columns to look at now, because those are the 2 that are connected with the or. If I have 1 true, then that last column is true. So looking across this top row, I have true, false. So that's true. True, true, that's true. False, false, that's false because it did not have one true at least. False, true, that's true. So now you will see the truth table given. Here we want to write converse, inverse, and contrapositive. In this first one, the converse simply means to reverse the order. So ball is orange and ball does not bounce. We need ball does not bounce first, so it's not A, it's not C, it's not D. We need this one, answer choice B. So the ball does not bounce comes first and the ball is orange comes second. Now, to use De Morgan's law, remember De Morgan's law changes and to or and vice versa when you have negation. Notice that I do have negation here, and I have an and. So that would be not P and Q. We would rewrite that as not P or not Q. So I need to restate this. The brother needs to come first, and it's definitely not D. I notice that's an if-then statement. I need to have or, so it cannot be answer choice B. That did not have the or. It'll either be answer choice A or answer choice C. Now, I need it to say something to the effect that the brother cannot or did not come out to play. So the first one, the brother did not come out to play, or the sister did not come out to play. C is the brother did come out to play. That did not have the not. So my answer choice is A. In question 20, we also want to use De Morgan's law. It says it is not the case, so that is our negation. This one has an or, so anytime you have a negation of a disjunction of the or, that's going to become not P and not Q. So the or needs to become an and. It would not be answer choice A because that's if then. It could be B, it could not be C because that has an or it could be D. So it's either going to be answer B or D. I need it to say something to the effect that the band does not have a guitarist and the band does not play rock music. The band does not have a guitarist, the band does not play rock music would be answer choice B. Now we're going to give a word description of the set that you see listed in roster form. If you will notice, the best word description would be months of the year. On number 22, we are supposed to list the elements in the set of the days of the week. The days of the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Notice this one lists Sunday twice, so that's not correct. That's the weekend, that's just Tuesday, Thursday, so my answer is D, all the days of the week. Answer for 23 will be the cardinal number of the set. The cardinal number, remember, tells us how many are in this set. So let's count. 1 number, 2 numbers, 3 numbers, 4 numbers, 5 numbers. The cardinal number, the amount in that set would be 5. Are these sets equivalent? Remember, equivalent just means they have the same number of elements or items. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items in set A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items in set B. So yes, those would be equivalent. Now, are these sets equal? Equal is different from equivalent. Equal implies that this must be identical. All right, so if I have a 16 in this first set, I need a 16 in the second set, but I don't see that. So no, these are not equal sets. Question 26 takes us into the Venn diagram. It says we're to use this Venn diagram to list out any of the numbers, the elements, that are in A union B. Remember, union includes everything in A, so it would be all of those numbers, along with everything in B. Even though there's an overlap, we would not list 13 and 17 twice. So I need the set that would have 11, 12, 13, and it also must have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So my answer choice would be D. For number 27, we want to find the intersection, because notice we are given the intersection symbol. The intersection between two sets would be where the two sets cross over and overlap. So that would only include numbers 13 and 17. Answer choice A. For number 28, we want to list out everything that's in A prime, which is the complement. Remember, the complement of A is everything outside of set A. So that would include these three numbers in B that were outside of A, and these two other numbers in the universal set that were in neither A nor B. So we were looking for 12, 15, 16, 18, and 19, and that answer choice is D. For number 29, we're given a Venn diagram, and it has regions that are listed in Roman numerals. We want to list all the shaded regions that represent set C. Set C is this circle at the bottom, and if you notice, that's going to be regions Roman numeral 4, Roman numeral 5, Roman numeral 6, and Roman numeral 8. Be sure to type that answer in Roman numerals, or the homework software won't accept that. Now, in this example, we've had a survey apparently taken of a group, and we were looking at the scores that they made on 3 different tests, and the results are given in this Venn diagram. So we have to use the Venn diagram to answer the question. We want all of the students who scored 80% or above on exam 3. So we disregard exam 1 and 2. We only look at exam 3. And we want the students that scored 80% or above, so that's all the students within that circle. That would include Ken and Don, Jen, Pat, and Ben. So that's answer choice D. In number 31, we have another survey result that's given by a Venn diagram. This Venn diagram shows how Americans feel about their pets, in particular whether they like cats or dogs or neither. The statement that we've been proposed is that 66% of those surveyed liked cats. So we will look at only the cat circle and see if that percentage is accurate. If you look at it, 5 plus 61 is indeed 66%. So this would be true. 66% of those surveyed did like the cats. In number 32, we have this same survey, but the results are a little bit different. And so we're still looking at how Americans feel about cats and dogs. This time the proposition is 60% of those surveyed like cats or dogs. The word or, remember, is a disjunction, and it includes everything with the cats or everything with the dogs. Now, it says 60% would be that, and that is not true, because if you notice 4 plus 60 plus 29, that is much larger than the 60% that we are comparing it to. So this statement is false, because if you add this up, 93% would be the percentage of those that like either cats or dogs or both. Now, the last question did not give us the Venn diagram, so we're going to go ahead and create that to help us answer this more easily. It says at this particular university there are 712 students who are taking college algebra or calculus. There are 391 students taking the college algebra. So the college algebra is 391. there are 361 students taking calculus. Now, 40 of these students overlap. 40 students are taking both college algebra and calculus. So let's draw out the Venn diagram. We have our universal set, and we'll have two overlapping sets. One would be college algebra, one would be calculus. Inside that overlap would be the 40. Those are the 40 students who take both of these classes. Now, let's fill in the rest of the Venn diagram. Since 40 students are taking both classes, I need to subtract 40 from the original college algebra. That gives me 351. 351 students take only college algebra. Likewise, I'm going to subtract those 40 overlapping students from their calculus class, and that will leave 321. So 321 students take only calculus. Now, to double check yourself, if you add the college algebra, that's still 391, as in the statement. If you add up all the calculus students, that's still 361, as in the original statement. Now, let's see. 351 plus the 40 who take both, plus the 321, when I add those, that gives me exactly 712. Let me double check my addition. 1 and 1's 2, 9, 10, 11, carry my 1, so that's exactly 712. So that's all the total students. There should be no other students out here in the peripheral regions. So now we want to know how many students are taking college algebra but not calculus. We can quickly and easily see the college algebra students not in calculus would be 351. Well, I hope this review has helped you study for your test. Good luck on it.